Shalom, and welcome to the second episode of Daily Bread. Now, today's Daily Bread is going to be on the breakdown of Matthews 19:9 and Luke 16:18, and this is actually a question that was sent in by a brother named Nakaya. And these two scriptures are mainly dealing with divorce. And when you read Matthews 19, basically what happened is the Pharisees, since they boasted about how much of masters of the law that they were, that they would always try to tempt or test the Lord whenever he came around. They would always try to throw a question to him about the law. But the thing is with the Pharisees that they weren't spiritual. So the Lord being the real master of the law, he'd always flip the question on them, and they ended up getting so frustrated that they would try to put hands on them. So this is just another episode of that, dealing with divorce. So let's start from Matthews 19:1. It says, and it came to pass that when Yahushua had finished these sayings, he departed from Galilee and came into the coast of Judea beyond Jordan. And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? Because as we know, when a man and a woman gets married, which is sex, the word married means joined together, and that is done by sex. When they get together, a man and a woman are supposed to be together really until death, or until that woman commits adultery and he has to let her go. And according to the law, she's supposed to be put to death. And the woman is supposed to be with the man until he dies or he gets put to death in the war or whatever. So she's bound to him until that point. So the Pharisees are trying to trip the Lord up, saying, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And the Lord answered and said unto them, verse 4, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore the Most High hath joined together, let not man put asunder. So basically the Lord answered them and said, Look, the way the Most High intended things to be, and the way he created things from the beginning, from Genesis, is that a man and a woman gets together, has sex, and they become one. And it's supposed to be like that till death. So we're going to verse 7. So here they are trying to trip him up. They say unto him, Why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? So in other words, they're saying, okay, well, if a man and a woman, if the Lord intended them to be together, the Most High intended them to be together, then why did Moses write a law that you could give a bill of divorcement and let your woman go? Verse 8, and this is what the Lord replied to them. He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so. Meaning, he cut the hell out of them. Meaning, look, the way the Most High intended things to be, there was no such thing as divorce. In other words, a man and a woman were meant to be together. Unless it was adultery. For any other reason, it was not, there was no reason to get divorced. So the Lord said, because that you were wicked, the Lord allowed the law of divorce to be introduced because of your wickedness. And you can read about that in Hebrews 8. If you go to Hebrews 8 and 7, it explains to you how that with the Most High created laws, the Most High created the laws perfect. But the reason why the Lord came up with a new covenant, it wasn't because the first covenant, which was the laws, was fault. There was no fault in the laws. The fault was within us because we were wicked. The Israelite man is wicked, and the Israelite woman is even more wicked. So Moses had to put in a clause through the Spirit for a bill of divorcement. Because a lot of time what niggas would do is they would have a woman, and when you have a woman or a wife, that becomes a responsibility because you have to take care of her, you have to provide for her, and you also have to give her sex. Okay? That's part of the law of marriage. Vice versa, the woman, she's supposed to take care of you, do her womanly duties, and also give you sex. Now, if a man puts away his wife just for the hell of it, alright, maybe he just got tired of her, maybe he just got tired of looking at her. Maybe he found a woman with a fatter ass or nicer hair or whatever. And this woman, here it is, she's taking care of him, doing what he gotta do. Might not be the best woman, his dream woman, sexually or physically or whatever. But he hooked up with this woman, he had sex with her. He continued having sex with her. And, he played that boyfriend-girlfriend game. So the woman is like, okay, well, I guess I'm wifey. They call it wifey. I'm wifey. And she's doing things for the dude. And then he just gets tired of her because he met some other chick or, he just bored of her. And he just puts her off to the side, And eventually what happens is that woman, women need attention. They need sex. They get horny. So the dude kind of forces the woman to go and have sex with somebody else. Or some guy might step to her, spit that game, and bag her, and then they end up having sex. Because women are all about attention and pleasure and all of that. Now, I'm not saying that the woman is righteous for doing that. She's an adulteress, and that nigga's an adulterer. Okay? But you kind of egg her on for doing that. So that's why Moses, through the Spirit, he said, you know what? He created that bill of divorcement, and the bill of divorcement really was put in as a safety for the man and for the woman, to protect the man and protect the woman. The way it protects the man is because the woman could be a total demon. Maybe she's not committing adultery, but she's just a total demon. She's not cooking, she's not cleaning, maybe she's not giving you sex. Maybe she's not giving you sex the way you like it, And, when you're with a woman, I'm going to say this, no man knows the way between a man and a woman. That's in the scriptures. When you're with a woman, you already know what constitutes reasons for you leaving her. If she didn't commit adultery, but there's some other things that you don't like about her, within your spirit if that constitutes reasons to let her go, or, if it's something you need to work out with the woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's for you to figure out. That's why they said to him, well, is it lawful for every woman or for every man, for every little reason to let the woman go? And the answer is no. That's why the Lord cut him. The Lord said, really, a man and a woman is supposed to be together for life, but because of your wickedness, because of your wickedness, Moses, through the Spirit, allowed you to write a bill of divorcement. Now, if you write a bill of divorcement, that basically breaks the bond between you and the woman. The only other way the woman could leave you or do her thing on the side without consequences is if you die. But now through this law of divorcement, and which, by the way, you can read about in Deuteronomy, the 24th chapter, through this law of divorcement, that bond between you and her is broken. So she's free to go deal with somebody else. So, in other words, if she's being a total bitch and a demon, and then you could write that bill of divorcement, and she could go do her own thing. And that way she could go fuck somebody else, and whoever she has sex with, he's not an adulterer, and she's not an adulteress, because you wrote her that bill of divorcement. Now, if you just toss her to the side, she's doing whatever she got to do, and you just got tired of dealing with her, toss her to the side, and she ends up dealing with somebody else because she's not so-called getting attention from you or whatever. Okay, he's an adulterer, whoever she slept with, and she becomes an adulteress. Okay? So let me go back into this. So this is back in Matthew 19 and 8. And says that the Lord said, He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. Verse 9, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication. And the word fornication means adultery. Yes, spiritual adultery, which is when Israelite man or an Israelite commits idolatry. And then you have physical fornication, which is adultery, when you sleep with another man's wife, or a man's wife, your wife sleeps with another man. And you can read about the two different types of fornication or adultery in 1 Corinthians 7:2, Revelations 19:2, Revelations 18:9. You can also go to Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter. Okay, so verse 9, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whosoever marrieth her which is put away, doth commit adultery. And once again, that's why the bill of divorce was introduced. So that if a woman was being a total demon and you had to leave her, you don't want to be with the bitch no more because she was a total demon, you could write her a bill of divorce and another man could take her and he will not be committing adultery. And if she's a total demon to him, he has the right to write her a bill of divorce also. All right. And the scriptures say that she can't come back unto you. That's in Deuteronomy, the 24th chapter. Okay. And so with that, brothers, I hope you understand. And the brother also asked about Luke 16:18. But after the breakdown of Matthew's 19 we just went through, you should be able to totally understand Luke 16:18. So with that, I hope you brothers understood and you learned something. Any questions? Send us a comment. You could click on the little voicemail thing there and send it there, or send us an email at greatmillstone@yahoo.com. With that, I'm going to say shalom.